Hi, how you doing? My name's Don Watson. This is Up in the Air and Down in the Dirt, where I like to share my two favorite hobbies, flying drones and gardening. Today I was doing a little gardening work, so I figured I'd pull the Neo out and give you a tour. All right. I was working on tying up my tomatoes, which for tying up most of my tomatoes, I use these little plastic clips and string. I simply take T-posts, 1 1/4 inch T-fittings, and I had some old top for a cyclone fence that I ran through there, and it works out pretty good. Drop my string down, clamp on, hold the tomatoes up pretty well. This year I planted a few extra tomatoes, and I didn't want to go buy some T-posts, so I'm going to try a few with some stakes. As for my tomatoes, I got some celebrities, some Arkansas Travelers, some Cherokee Purple, and I got a few oddball that I planted from seeds that finally came up, like the Black Crim and Brandywine Purple. But let's walk over here and we'll take a look at the rest of the garden. In these raised beds, I have Boston picklers and 8-inch slicers, cucumbers. I like to try to make my own pickles. I did a few last year. They weren't too bad. I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm going to try again this year. I planted some bell peppers for my wife. I planted some jalapenos and banana peppers to kind of can and put up. Here I have squash and zucchini, as you can see, or may not be able to see. I got a few squash. I'm ready to pick 1 or 2. This is May 18th, 2025. And I did get my garden started a little late. I don't think I put the first plant into the ground until mid-April, but they're doing pretty good. This year I'm trying to stake my zucchini and squash to go up, and we'll see how that turned out. Traditionally, I use a mound, plant them there, and let them go, but I saw a couple of videos where people are staking them and moving them up. And my brother-in-law gave me these stakes that he didn't like, so I figured I'd give them a try. My concern is that they're pretty slick, but we'll see. Over here, I had an extra row, so I threw some onions in there. This is collard greens I planted in the fall, which didn't do anything till the spring. Now they're coming up, but I'm getting some worms eating them. I got to mix up some spray and put on there. Now, I'm only allowed to use organic spray. I don't use anything that's pesticide. My wife won't eat it, which I understand. Now, as you can see, I do till. So I'm not a complete organic gardener. I till. I just don't use any chemical or fertilizer that is not organic. At least I try. These are leftover cabbages, Brussels sprouts from the fall that didn't do any too well. I probably need to pull them up. These are onions I planted in the fall. I need to go through and dig out around the bulbs and try to get the bulbs to start expanding. Some elephant garlic, some normal garlic, and some chives. I don't have a lot of room to do a big garden, so I just generally plant a few things that I think we can eat during the summer or make salsa or canned pickles or stuff like that. But I got a few other plants. Follow me. We have been dabbling in some fruit trees. These are 2 fig trees. This one here, the smaller one, is a violet Bordeaux, and this one here is an LSU purple. Now, I bought both of these fig trees last year as dormant sticks through the mail. They came in. The LSU purple just took off the first year, but I am starting to see a little bit of growth out of the Bordeaux, which both are supposed to be a fruity or berry tasting fig. So I'm interested. I haven't eaten figs in years, and so I'll be honest, I probably should have put them in the ground. We just haven't been able to determine where we want them at. This is a mulberry bush I bought just because I like blackberries. I figured they're pretty close to the same, so I figured to give it a try. And this is a lemon tree that the wife and I have had for probably 3 years. I think we're limited in that pot, and so I really need to get it into the ground. So that may be a summer project I need to do. We usually get, 6, 7, 8, 9 lemons on it each year, but so far none of them has been good enough quality to eat. Come on, I'll show you my blackberries. Before I go around to the blackberry bush, these are jalapeno pepper plants. I pulled them out of the ground after growing them last year, and I put them in these containers, and I put them in the greenhouse over winter. Spring came along, I brought them back, I brought them out, and you can see that they are getting some nice jalapeno peppers on there already. And so I'm going to see how many years I can grow them in those containers, putting them in the greenhouse every winter, which our winters aren't too harsh, and see how many years we can get out of a pepper plant. Traditionally around here, you plant your pepper plants, you pull them up at the end of the season and toss them away. But we're going to see how long these will last. I'll keep you up to date. Come on. These are my thornless blackberry bushes. They have done well this year. I put them in the ground last year. I picked a few and made some blackberry pancakes this morning. They're pretty good so far. Lots of berries on them. If they'll just turn black before the birds eat them all, I'll be good to go. Unfortunately, on this end of the fence is the only where I get enough sunlight. I had a couple more down that way. They just don't get the sunlight in order to grow well. So I'm going to have to rethink this situation here. But come on. This is our all red plum tree. We planted it last year. So far, of course, you have nothing on it this young, but it got some nice looking color to it. It's growing well. And so hopefully in a couple of years, we'll be able to pick some plums and make some plum jelly. And the last of the garden tour today is our blueberry bushes. My apologies for the conditions of the bed between the rain, still working at school, which I get out this next week, and so hopefully I get all this cleaned up. But we have some blueberry bushes. My wife likes blueberries, so I figured I'd plant her some. And the goal is to be able to walk out here, get you a handful of blueberries, mix it in your yogurt or whatever. But I need to plant a couple more. I thought about moving my blackberries over here, but that would kind of bogart the blueberry bushes there. And honestly, I don't know how well they'll work together. Last, I'll show you. Now, I like to take credit for the flowers around here, but I don't do flowers. All I do is the gardening, vegetables. My wife does all this. And she's done a great job this year. She's planted these a year ago, 2 years ago, and they're growing up pretty good. Some pretty colors. And so that's about it. My name's Don Watson. This is Up in the Air, Down in the Dirt. I figure I'd break the Neo out, do a little video to share with family and friends about what the Watson garden looked like this year. Thank you very much.